Are you struggling to get Jupyter Notebook to launch automatically on your Ubuntu machine? You're not alone. Today we're going to solve the mystery of running Jupyter Notebook on boot with the right configuration. I totally get it. It can be incredibly frustrating when your setup doesn't work as expected, especially when you have everything configured correctly. You're not the only one facing this issue, and it's a common challenge for many users. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user reached out saying, I have an Ubuntu 16.04 virtual machine with Anaconda installed, and I want Jupyter Notebook to launch on startup with my configuration file. Does this sound familiar? If so, let's explore this together. So what's the issue here? The user has a configuration file located at home/user/dat, Jupyter Notebook config.py, which works perfectly when launched manually. However, when trying to run it at startup using rc.local or cron tab, the configuration doesn't load. Let's break this down. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to launch Jupyter Notebook on boot, but also how to troubleshoot similar issues in the future. To start, the user needs to create a script that will launch Jupyter Notebook with the correct configuration. This script will ensure that the right settings are loaded during startup. Next, the user should make the script executable. This allows the system to run the script without any issues. Now, the user needs to configure the system to run this script at startup. This can be done by adding the script to the rc.local file. Alternatively, the user can use cron tab to schedule the script to run at reboot. This is another effective method to ensure Jupyter Notebook starts automatically. Finally, the user should reboot the system to test if Jupyter Notebook launches correctly with the specified configuration. This will confirm that the setup is successful. Fun fact: did you know that Jupyter Notebook was originally developed as part of the IPython project? It's come a long way since then, becoming a staple for data scientists everywhere. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution provided by another user involves modifying the rc.local file to run Jupyter Notebook on startup. They suggest adding a specific command to this file. If the rc.local file doesn't exist, you need to create it and make it executable. The user provides an example of what the rc local content should look like. Let's take a look at another answer from another user. An alternative solution from another user suggests a different approach to run Jupyter Notebook on startup. They found that using the rc.local method didn't work for them on Ubuntu 20.04. Instead, they created an executable script and added it to the startup applications. First, they created a script file in their home directory using the command cd/home touch jupyterlab.sudo chmod ux jupyterlab.sh. Then they added the command to run JupyterLab with specific IP and port settings into the script. They also mentioned making the script executable by double-clicking it, which can be set in the preferences of your file manager. Finally, they added the script to the startup applications for it to run automatically on boot. Here's a pro tip. Always test your startup commands manually before adding them to rc.local or cron tab. This can save you a lot of time and headaches down the road. And there you have it. You should now be able to run Jupyter Notebook on boot with the correct configuration. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks, and remember to keep experimenting with your setup.